The second method for implementing client-server model is remote procedure call, which is, as the name suggests, a function or procedure on a computer calls another procedure on a remote computer. In the same manner, you call functions within the same program in the main function. But having these two procedures being on two separate computers connected through a network make things a bit complicated. Usually, you use the function name and you pass the parameters, the values of the parameters. The same happens here. But taking into consideration that these procedures are actually are running on different computers through a network, things need to be agreed upon and packed in a way that when these variables are unpacked on the other side, it will be read as it was meant to be. For this, there are steps on the client side that proxy the actual procedure on the server side. These steps receive the call from the client and locate the server on the network and marshals the parameter to the server, send the parameters to the server. The server have a step also. The step of the server will actually receive the message, unpack the marshal parameters, and perform the procedure on behalf of the client. Then it will take the results and send them back to the client. On Windows, the step code compiles from Microsoft Interface Definition Language. This is a language that Microsoft created for this purpose. You might ask, this looks simple. What might went wrong? Remember that we are sending actually electric pulses in a wire or waves in the air. So how can I be certain that these signals are read on the other side the same way I've sent them? For this, we have multiple protocols that we use to communicate. One of them is external data representation. In external data representation, there are two architectures, big endian and small endian. In big endian, actually you read the zeros and ones from the first digit you will receive. ما هي كلها zeros and ones. The first digit you receive will be the one with the highest value. That will be endian. For the small endian, it will be the other way. The first one you receive will be the one with the smallest value. Okay, you read byte by byte. So في البيج endian, the first bit you receive هتكون 2 to power 7. في السمول endian it will be 2 to power 1. طيب, I have sent the message across a network. How can I know if this message was received or not? Anything can go wrong. For this to be, a communication protocol also have to have a mechanism. Am I to ensure the message was actually received correctly, or I'll just send it and I don't care what happens? Both are used in different protocols. Sometimes the message is delivered exactly once. I'll just send it one time and I don't care whether it was received or not. And the other, or it would be actually received at most once. That means I will send it until I'm sure it was received once. For the second one to happen, there should be an acknowledgement received from the side of from the server side. When I send the message, the server has to acknowledge that it has received the message. In the first case, there is no acknowledgement and I won't resend the message. In the second case, if I didn't get the acknowledgement, I will resend the message. Operating systems usually have a matchmaker to match clients to servers and arrange rendezvous between clients and servers. This is the mechanism for synchronization across the network. If you want to look into how the actual execution of the remote procedure call happen on the client side, you'll see that the user calls the kernel to send a remote procedure call. Message to procedure X. Procedure X is on the server. The kernel will send the message to the matchmaker. The matchmaker is the process that is responsible of locating the server. It will send a message along with the port number. So the matchmaker will locate the server, okay, and it will receive the message and it will look up for the answer. Where is this actually server located? The matchmaker will reply the client with port. So here, the matchmaker then will reply the client from the server to the client. The kernel will take the actual message and return the answer to the client itself. Now, the client will be listening, waiting for the message to be received. And when the message is received, the client will take back the values that the server will, that had the server has sent and continue execution. One of the oldest forms of communication across a network is Unix pipes. Pipes were created by Unix for communication between two processes. It will actually, usually it was implemented to link two processes and not across a network. And these were called ordinary pipes. Ordinary pipes usually were created between a child and a parent for them to communicate with each other. And these type of pipes, they didn't need names because they were created within the address space of the parent, because the child usually shared the address space of the parent. They were implemented either unidirectional or bidirectional, full duplex, that means both can communicate at the same time, or half duplex, that means only one can send or only one can receive at any given time. Then the pipes were actually altered and enhanced to communicate across a network, and this is when named pipes were created, where named pipe can be accessed without any parent-child relationship. Any two processes can communicate using a pipe. So an ordinary pipe allows communication between a parent and a child. There will be a write end and a read end. One is writing and the other is reading. Ordinary pipes are unidirectional. only one can write and only one can read. MailPipe, on the other hand, are more powerful and can be used across a network. They don't need the child and parent relationship. They can be bidirectional, they can be unidirectional, they can be full duplex, and they can be half duplex. This is the end of chapter 3. Remember that you have reading assignment and you have writing assignment. The reading assignment is the examples of the operating system, and the writing assignment is remote method invocation in Java. Thank you.